We really wish real good morning for this day because most of the investors I know they are worried about the recent happenings in the stock market. There were so many messages, news flashes. Talk of the down is about will the market further crash? Is this a great fraud case? We are not going to go into details of this, which you might have seen in many other videos. We will only stick to the important factor behind this. What will happen to my investment? That is what is more important to you. That is what is more important to me. Today, I am giving this video only in English so that everyone is benefited. Anyone required further explanation in Tamil, especially, they can put a comment under this video. We will do so for them separately. Thank you. We will go into the small presentation so that you understand the concept very clearly what is happening, what is talk of the town. I will share my screen with this presentation. This is a special small presentation only prepared for this video. Okay. This is nothing but there is a research analytic company which is there in USA, Hindenburg Research. They call themselves Hindenburg Research, as you see in the screen, versus Adani Group. This is what the medias and everyone is naming this particular market fall as. Yesterday, day for yesterday, the market has crashed. Overall market has crashed. Everyone is fearful whether this will be a chain effect and further my investments, what will happen. Now, before we go into the detail, what this Heidenberg's research has told and what Adani has replied, what further Heidenberg research is doing, we are not going to discuss all those points. We are only going to discuss about what is relevant to us, what is important to us. Now, in that, I have clearly stated 8 important points which pops up in the minds of every individual investor. Basic nuances. More important to an investor, this is very, very important. What percentage of investors hold this company's share? First question. How many people are holding Adani Group share? Total group share. On macro study, what is the total market cap of this Adani Group compared to the total all listed companies market cap? What percentage of public shareholders in Adani Group versus this total Indian market cap? This is all important, no? Do I hold the shares? I will see for myself. You have to see for yourself whether I hold this. If so, what percentage of my investment is this investment? Is any related shares going to have a rippling effect, a cascading effect? When one falls, everything falls. Is there any linked companies? Yes, there are 2 companies which are bought over recently by Adani Group, that is ACC and Ambuja Cement. We have included that shares capital, total share capital is how much, what is their market cap, how much public are holding those shares also. We have considered while studying this. And is there a possibility of this event giving some other shocks? Like this Adani Group has taken a lot of debts. Will the banks collapse? Like what happened in Lehman Brothers? Will it happen? That is my main concern. If that happens, overall markets will fall and my shares also will fall. This is the concern everybody should have. And this is more important than what happened to Adani Group, whether Adani Group is right, whether the other fellow who is pointing the finger is right. That is not important. It is important how I am going to be affected. So that is why, if this is an opportunity for further investment, that will be the next question. Is it going to create more selling pressure in the market? If so, for how long? Will it continue for months together, weeks together, or will it be a one time, 3 days event? These are the questions which are very, very important. And in case share gurus and share masters, I'm not talking about me. There are so many other gurus before me. And they have all been saying, when there is blood in the market, it is time to buy. Is this the time to buy? This question prevails in most of the investors' name. We will answer those questions also. What should be done not to get involved in such companies? That is more important. That is also important when I am doing. How should I be more cautious while approaching the market, while becoming an investor? Okay, we'll go one by one. Fine. Total Adani Group has 7 listed scripts. I'm not going into the detail. Everybody will know the details by this time. Maybe already you are all knowing. There are 7 listed entities. I have only done a small calculation that in those total 7 listed scripts, for what value promoter is holding, for what value FII, FPIs are holding, for what value domestic institutional investors are holding, for what value general public are holding. I have gone through this and calculated from the reliable sources like BSE, NSE websites. And from there, I have calculated using my own calculation methods and arrived at these figures. And these figures are correct if the data given by the exchanges are correct. So you can be rest assured this data is very accurate. And this public shareholding of 7.11% as on 31st December 2022. There may be small differences here and there after the fall. Now, these calculations I have done based on the closing price of yesterday, right? Okay. But percentage-wise, we are talking about. Hence, closing price of any day will not make any difference. So, total public are holding only 7% of the Adani Group shares are with public. Rest all with domestic institutions, foreign institutions. What if I have invested in a mutual fund? Maybe the total holding itself is 4.86%. In that, they would have done lot of split and exposure to the exact promote to this Adani Group of 7 listed securities may be very, very less compared to this. Fine. Now, Adani stock versus other Indian listed. I am talking about the total Adani stocks value versus total value of all the listed stocks. BSE as on date has got 5,315 stocks in BSE listed. The total market cap of these total listed companies is 2.7 crores. 2 crores 70 lakh 50,860.65 crores. So many crores. That is the total market cap. Out of this total Adani Group, only 5.54% of the entire India's total market. I am only talking about listed companies. I am not talking about all companies which are not even listed. I am not talking about total GDP of India. I am only talking about, even in the listed companies, the total percentage is only 5.54%. Now you can imagine how much effect it can make on the bank. Maybe there are ripple effects, but it will be, in my opinion, it will be very short-lived. Let us see the total Adani plus related stock holding value, that is including the ACC and Ambuja Cement stakes. Including that, total public holding is only 0.41% of this, our entire market cap of listed companies, which means it is, in my opinion, it is very rare that very, very few people will even be watching this video out of this 0.41% of the public, those who are holding. Hence, the effect directly because of the Adani Group, we are not even gone to the fact finding that whether Adani Group is right, whether Heidelberg is right. I am just talking about if at all there is a worst scenario, the affected public going to be only 0.41%. This will not affect the entire market. Then the next question, how about the related other transactions? For example, Adani Group has taken debts. They have taken bank loans. So what will happen to the banks? I have also gone through every detail of this and worked out this. Is there any related shares? For that, I have already told you there are only 2 shares. Otherwise, there are banks involved. Obviously, for any company, banks will be involved. Overall, Adani Group's debt was 86% in 2016. Now, it is reduced by 46% Now it is only 40% of the entire group is debt. Now PSU banks have got 55% exposure was there in PSU banks and 31 was in private banks. Now this is reduced to 25% in PSU banks and only 8% in the private banks. How they have done it? Over a period they have been paying, and for the past 3 years there has been no increased loan for the past 3 years. There has been no increased loans in any of the Indian banks, whether it is public sector bank, whether it is private bank. All the fundings has come from abroad. Point number one. So Indian banking system is quite safe. It is not going to get affected because of this kind of exposure to the Adani Group. Even if it is worse and it is stated and proven and believed that Adani Group is wrong. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm not saying they are right. Okay. Now, total exposure of loan to Adani Group to the total financial year 2024 loan book for private banks is 0.03% and for public sector bank is 0.07%, which means, in other words, I will tell you very clearly, if the total private banks have given 100 rupees as loan to various people, only 3.03% means what? 30 paisa is given to Adani Group out of 100 rupees. Is this going to affect the banking system? And from the public sector bank, 70 paisa is given. Approximate. This figure is just approximate. Maybe instead of 30 paisa, it may be 35 paisa, 34 paisa. It may be 75 paisa or whatever. For every given 100 rupees. Okay. And total net worth of Adani Group versus this, what they owe to the private banks, Indian private banks. Indian private banks is the total Adani Group's today's worth, if you calculate, and 1.5% of that only private banks need to be given, and only 6% of their total worth need to be given to public sector banks. So even this 70 paisa levels and 30 paisa levels are recoverable. So most of the incremental funding they have been doing for the past 2 years from the foreign banks only. If at all somebody has to be worried about rippling effect or cascading effects, only those banks, foreign banks, need to worry, not Indian investors. Be rest assured. And other questions. Is there a possibility of this event rocking the entire board? If so, for how long? How long the market will be falling? How long people will be padding? I don't know how many people are seeing this video. I don't know how many people are thinking in these lines. Is it going to affect me? Everyone's initial reaction is panic, panic, panic. I should not lose money. Before the market falls, let me sell. This panic selling happens in every instance. That is an opportunity for a good investor for buying good companies at a lower price, at a cheaper price. So how long this will continue, we don't know. We are going to study. We are first going to study the entire gamut of report. The report is 142 pages. It will take at least 2-3 hours for someone to understand the complaint itself fully. And then what the reply comes, that has been filed in the BSc. It is in the form of a PowerPoint presentation that is also available. And what the Adani Group says, that is available in the form of a PowerPoint group. And for that, again, Hayden Group has replied, and that reply is also available. Today, electronic media is so very vast. You can get every detail, what these two parties are doing. And before we go in, what is more important to the investors, we wanted to tell in this video that we have told in this video. If someone needs more information on this, if you are really interested to know more details in order to learn from this experience, please feel free and put a comment under this video. Depending upon your feedback and response, we will really require further details about this episode. If you like this video, please like it. Please share it with the people. I have done this video deliberately in only English so as everyone is benefited. Please share this with your North Indian friends also, and let the person who is panicking not be panicking by seeing the facts. Thank you very much. We are from Bullseye Tamil. Feel free to send your comments. Thank you.